Alpine, the new standalone performance brand of Renault. Well, they have their own car, which is the Alpine A110, but they have wanted a slice of the hot hatch fun. In other countries back in the 80s, they used to produce the Renault 5 Alpine, but this was known as the Renault 5 Turbo in the UK. But it is back, and this time we get the Alpine version. Welcome to the new Alpine A290. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Cars and More. This is the number one place to be for car news and reviews. Sit back, buckle up, let's go. So, with the new Alpine A290 being based on the Renault 5, the overall structure of the front is very similar to the 5, but it is different overall now. Take the headlights for example, they have the same shape as the Renault 5, but on the Alpine model, they have crosses to represent the tape they use to put on headlights during races. We also get daytime running lights in the shape of X's too to represent spot lamps and give it a racing look. The main headlights also have a little French flag in them too. The lower central air vent is quite big, and we also get some sporty looking side vents to give it an aggressive look. Moving round to the side, we get Alpine specific wheel designs, as well as bigger flared wheel arches and a bigger side skirt. We also get a different rear door skin too, to include a fake rear vent like what the old Renault 5 Turbos had, again giving it a classic and sporty look. Moving round to the back, and it is very similar to the Renault 5. The black bar has been replaced now with a body colour boot lip spoiler which gives it a good look. The bumper is also more aggressive and has more gloss black cladding on it too. The tail lights are the same as the Renault 5s with this cool 3D look to it, which I do like. Finally, we get the Alpine A290 lettering, which is very similar to how Porsche does it, which I really like the idea of. It gives it a sense of more premiumness to the car. Right, let's have a look and see what battery and motor options you can have with the new Alpine A290. So, for the battery and motor options, the range kicks off with the base model, which has a single motor and 178 brake horsepower, and this gives the A290 a 7.4 second 0 to 60 time. It is also front wheel drive. Battery capacity is at 52 kWh, which gives a range of about 236 miles. Sadly note, this is down from the 250 miles that you can get on the normal Renault 5. The next version has an even more powerful 218 brake horsepower motor, again mounted to the front, giving it front wheel drive. 0 to 62 is now reduced down to 6.4 seconds, which is quite decent. Battery size is the same at 52 kWh now, and this has reduced the range down to 226 miles, but this is still quite decent. The price of the new Alpine A290 starts at £33,500, and for the more powerful version it starts at £36,000. This is actually quite good, and is still considerably cheaper than the £40,000 Mini Cooper electric JCW. Right, let's have a look and see what the interior is like on the new Alpine A290. So, come inside the new Alpine A290 and they have taken the great Renault 5 interior and made it even better. To start with, we get a new centre console which is heavily inspired by the Alpine A110 with the D, N, R gear selector buttons. This feels more natural, and the whole centre console is also a lot higher, making you feel like you sit even lower in the car. We do still get some storage now, which is quite good, but sadly we have lost a few cup holders. The dashboard is the same as the normal Renault 5, but we have a metal panel with the Alpine compass on it, which lights up at night. The steering wheel has the same layout as the Renault version, but it has a circle central airbag, just like the A110. We also get some extra controls for your drive mode, as well as your regenerative braking. It even has a top dead centre mark, and there's also an overtaking button, but this sadly doesn't increase the bhp, it just increases the throttle response. Now, the infotainment system and instrument cluster are Android Automotive based, but they do have their own graphics, and on the more powerful motor versions they also have their own menu too. Finally, we get a set of Renault 5 seats, but on the Alpine versions they feel like they have a lot more support and also feel a lot more comfier too. On the higher end models, like the GTS for example, they also have premium leather materials, which is quite nice. This also includes a centre console and door cards. Right, let's have a look and see what the rear seats are like. So, climbing into the back of the A290, and thanks to its boxy proportions, headroom isn't that bad, and legroom is also quite decent. If you are over 6 foot though, you may struggle. Also, there are still a few plastics around the place, just like the Renault 5. And also like the Renault 5, there isn't any rear USB-C ports, air vents or an armrest. But then again though, it is a small car, so we can't have too much to complain about. The looks on the outside make up for this. Right, let's see what the boot space is like. So, opening the boot to the new Alpine A290, and there is no surprise it is the same as the Renault 5 at 326 litres with the seats up. This increases to 1,106 litres with the seats down. Whilst we do get a wide boot opening though, there is a very high loading lip which will be harder to lift things in. Also, there is no storage under the bonnet to separate space for the charging cables, which is a shame too. So, in summary then, what do I think of the new Alpine A290? Well, I definitely think that this car will be a classic in the future. I would buy this hands down over the new mini electric Cooper JCW. This has much more charm and character, and there is a wider range of choices to choose from. The looks on the outside and the premium feel on the inside are the best in its class. Really, this is the next best hot hatch you can buy. The future for Alpine looks very bright. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.